Hey guys, and welcome to part 5 of the Sonic Colors playthrough. We are now heading into the 5th zone of the game, the Aquarium Park, or as I like to call it, Dragon Road Underwater.
That Eggbot have a sword.
Yeah, they all have samurai gear on. And this place is beautiful. And the music again, top notch.
Ooh.
And you'll see what, and this is what, and the reason I call it Chunnan Underwater is because it's got a Chinese feel to it.
Yeah. I can see the sort of same aesthetics actually.
Aye. And yeah, this is, but then, if you remember in Unleashed where you have to avoid the water like the goddamn plague,
Yeah, we have to
this
do that
place
here.
is full of water. But unfortunately well, surprisingly there's a surprise when you get to the water section, but we'll save that for a bit.
Does Sonic still do that animation if he falls in the water where he just reaches up?
We'll see,
drowning?
we'll see actually. In fact, here it's coming up right here. Because obviously this place is full of water. You can still boost and run across the water, but if you get hit, you can swim!
Oh!
Yep, you can still breathe underwater, but just like the classics, you have to look for air bubbles.
Is the drowning theme in this?
Yes, it is. And you can actually swim by mashing the A button. So there you
There's
go.
no limit to it, right? Yeah.
Nope, there's no limit. You can spam the A button as what you want. But
As long as you get back to the surface
Yeah.
before you drown.
But what you want is the yellow wisp, and this does not cost air at all. It gives you, and plus it gives you better controls. You want to use the yellow wisp when you're underwater. The only enemies you get here are the fishes, but they will spawn back in when you kill them.
Fish, fish, fish.
It's like the way they spawn is they appear from the background and then they swim forward.
Yeah.
So you can kill them as much as you want, but why would you want to wasting time at this
S
point?
rank. Oh, but you lose the time bonus. Jellyfishing, jellyfishing, jellyfishing.
So how surprised are you that you can actually go underwater this time instead of Unleashed?
Usually in like every video game ever made, characters can't swim, so...
Mario can. Mario can. Mario can breathe underwater.
To this day I still ask, how?
You're asking about a series of video games where it's a fat man who can run fast and then use mushrooms to get real bigger.
And punches a dragon on the head in order to make it grab items for him.
Not to mention, how many times did he save the princess?
Surprised he hasn't just given up.
This bit you need to use the boost.
Boost.
I didn't have any at the time,
Well
so
done.
hey, at least I tried. And the goal rune's right here. That's
Do or do not. There is no try.
and there's the goal rune right there.
Yay.
And that's Act 1 done. So, and yeah, this is also this entire location that, yeah, it's got a Chinese theme, but it's also in a dome as well, which you can see in the background in some of the acts. Look at that eggplant there
I
relaxing.
just noticed him.
Oh, this is my favourite of the Aquarium Park music, the faster beat. This one is just a cube challenge, that's all it is. It's basically like the Tropical's Resort Act 6 stage, but with the cube. But you have to be fast because the cube is limited in this section.
If you run it,
Yeah, it's a bottomless pit.
God damn it, I'm angry! Slow platforming!
Hey, at least you got some nice music to listen to while you wait for it to rotate. I mean, would you rather listen to something like this, or the classics in Forces, or Sonic 4 Episode 1?
Force's classic music was awful.
See what I mean? Look at the background when you're inside the dome. A lot of people say that if it... Remember when Generations was being developed, Sega put out a poll to ask every single fan about what their favourite stages was, and some people say that they would have liked Aquarium Park actually, rather than Planet Wisp.
I bet that was them secretly finding out which stages they were allowed to rehash for the game.
And you saw that, yeah, that's the last red ring above the goal ring. You have to be really precise and pitch perfect in a speed running to get that one.
No S rank for you.
I don't care. I just want to get through the stages.
The robot there is laughing at you.
to who?
Or what was that one robot in Eggman Land who keeps like talking to you and he's actually really funny?
It's in the Hub Worlds, and I think it's a reference to Sonic 06 actually, because I think it's called Egg Fighter XP 2006. And it says that he lacks experience.
So what's happening here?
Yeah, this is where you're going to spend a lot underwater, and they force you a lot all the way down. But don't worry, as long as you got air bubbles, you'll be fine. And plus, this is where you shoot down all the way down to the bottom, and you have to use rocket to go all the way back up. And this is where the red rings come in. Because you have to go up the water, out of it, and then up into the air, and skydive your way down. This is how you get about 3 of the 5 red rings.
Your hitbox is just big enough to get all 3 if you're positioned right.
Aye. But if you hit the spike balls, you'll drop like a rock.
So what, like Mega Man, whenever
Yes.
he walks off a cliff?
Yes.
Or Simon Belmont?
Now see that little bit right there, that looks like a queue?
Yeah.
In one of the Generations mod, they brought back this level, and what this whoever made the mod did, what he did is he put egg pawns in lining up in a queue. And unfortunately they went with the realistic, where the music is very low when you're it's faded out when you're underwater. Hey, there's an anglefish there.
A random wall that just goes up.
Yeah, that's a shortcut, but I'm going to take the rockets to get the red rings from up above the surface.
Because you're a klepto.
Hey, I want my S rank, damn it.
Kleptomania.
This is where they get challenging. You just need to tip the analog stick in the right direction. Not too far, but not too late. You have to pace yourself.
What? You went right through that rail?
Yeah, I mentioned that before. When you stomp, you go right through the railing. If you want to go underneath it, you just stomp. Thunderbirds are go. This is the most trickiest one. Because if you hit those, you'll fall down like a rock and you'll miss your red ring.
Speaking of red rings, you're missing one.
That doesn't matter. I'll
Away
get
through ruined forever.
And cubes can somehow clip through the platform. Again, this you can see the purple graphic there. That is the Frenzy Wisp capsule, which I don't have. And that's how you get that red ring.
Havachi.
What good are your samurai swords can do, Mr. Pawn, when I can kill you in one kick?
Homing attack for the win. And it doesn't have that stupid delay.
Oh! There goes my 200
Well
rings.
done, loser.
There goes my 200 ring bonus.
You didn't even need to hit you with a sword in order to take away your rings.
Touch damage, go die in the pit of fire.
No S rank for you. So sad. Too bad. Goodbye. Yeah, he's laughing at you. We didn't even need to hit him with a sword.
It's gonna be. The boss is gonna be happy today.
It's a promotion.
Now, this is what I meant in a previous part. Act 1. This is where Act 1 ended off. This is more like a continuation from Act 1. It's like they made one big level design and then they split it into 2 acts. Yeah, you can still swim and all. You just move slowly when you're on the ground because you're underwater. You can still collect the air bubbles, but when you use the drill, it doesn't drain your air.
Yeah.
Very funky to know for when you're using it.
Funky.
Liaison!
Fire the ragers!
Oh, this is one of the... this bit actually has 2 of my favourite Eggman PA announcements. I think you'll be able to hear it here, actually. In this one part coming up right here.
What's he saying?
He's saying, "Welcome to the exotic aquarium. Any water you may notice on the floor is the result of our diligent house cleaning staff's mopping, and not evidence of a dangerous leak in the... Oh, heck with it. Run for your lives!" And then the other one is, "In the unlikely event of emergency, please find the nearest escape pod. For anyone not named Eggman, your escape pod can be found still being assembled in the factory."
And this place was approved to be built
by him. According to Eggman, not only did he build the park, but he made his own laws and board to improve it. I can imagine he even programmed his own robots to be the CEOs of the park in business suits. But go down underneath here, there's a red ring.
And just imagine Cubot and Orbot in CEO outfits.
No, I'm seeing the egg pawns in business suits.
Yeah.
Not cute Orbot and Cubot. Yeah, unfortunately.
Down you go.
Yep. Don't worry, I don't drown. Unlike Unleashed, if this was Unleashed, you would want to avoid the water like the plague.
Oh, if you're playing Forces, you don't even get like 10 seconds before the drowning music kicks in. It's like the last thing you want to hear when you're nowhere near an air bubble.
They do bring that back here, but instead, the theme, it's fully orchestrated. And all
timer still 10 seconds?
No, I think it's 30 seconds before you start drowning.
No, the drowning timer, is that still 10 seconds?
Yeah.
Even though it says 5,
yeah.
4, 3.
Yeah, it is. And you need to use laser to break through the cubes here, but I missed the rain about. No, I'm going to go back and get it. I will get back and go back and get it, damn it. There we go. I'll just wall jump my way up. And I bet you the game's like, how did he do that? When you're making the music.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, this guy is a prick. See that you cannot jump in the section for some reason, and if he gets close to you, he does that fist thing. But you can't waste your boost either because there's no rings.
Oh, so if you get hit here, you're a one-hit wonder?
Yeah, and you lose all your rings. You do not want him to get close to you. You want to boost and then save it for when he gets close and then boost again.
No.
But he's an absolute prick. Especially in the section which I've tested, you cannot jump.
Like, why? You could jump in the Unleashed version.
Exactly, I thought you can because this is exactly the same, but no, they removed the jump function.
What's that random explosion?
It's because he crashed into the rocks and there were springs in there, but he must have destroyed the springs and hit the rocks, and it was causing them to blow up.
That's right. I thought it was hard to get the S ranks.
Aye, but you need the wisps to do that, to abuse all the bonus points.
Really says a lot when you have to exploit a point system just to get the highest rank for it.
Speaking of which, remember that when I did that whole blast song? I found out what I could have been on, like, it was like, fuck.
And he's gone. Derp.
I'm trying to remember it. I've heard it before.
Let me help you remember.
No, no, that's, Pop Goes Perfection. That's what it is.
Here's the spring again.
Yep, exactly the same as, like, in Starlight Carnival. Only it adds the explosive bombs this time. But here's a little neat trick. I'm not sure if they did in Forces, but when you destroy these bombs, they give you 10 rings.
I didn't know that.
Aye, but you need to. It's in a time limit. I'm not sure if it's. No, it's not. No, not these ones. The later ones, they do give you 10 rings when you destroy them. And yeah, if you fall off the sprite, it's a bottomless pit. This red rings, you need to be very precise in time with your timing because the platforms fall.
Oh, it's still moving.
Yeah. Aye, it moves on it by itself, but you can also hold down on the stick to move.
How is he running down a wall? What is he, the Flash?
Oh, imagine that. Sonic versus the Flash.
Oh, someone make it happen. Sonic Hacking Contest 2018.
Well, there is an anime. I'm not sure if you recall it, there was actually, during our high school years, there was a video I watched that was called Sonic versus the Roadrunner, which was like an animation of the two of them. And basically, Wile E. Coyote hired Eggman to try and capture them both. But of course, knowing Looney Tunes fashion, that he fails. Right, at this point they're going to start throwing lasers down at you. And the moving twos, actually, the first two are going to be in the middle, and then when you get higher up, they're going to be on the left and right.
Boingy, boingy, boingy.
So you just want to stay in this position and then stomp and then done.
That'd be hilarious if you actually went to boost up to it and then you got hit right before you get it.
Yeah, trust me, that's happened to me before.
And it was only an A rank. Ruined forever.
Let's see. Lives at 49. Last act for Aquarium Park.
How long will this be? 5 seconds? 10 seconds? 2 seconds?
Oh, this is the one where they introduced these fish. They're basically your shield.
Fish.
And it doesn't cause the air to drain. But when you get hit, you don't lose rounds, but the fish will disappear.
That's like the most random thing ever. Like
that.
Just because fish follow you, you're now able to breathe underwater.
Yeah. But unfortunately, this is going to be a tease because this is one of the underwater sections where they do not give you the yellow wisp, and seeing realistically how you go slow on
Mash
underwater.
that A button.
So this water section will take a little bit of a while. Oh, now I remembered of generations actually in the Seaside Hill level. If you go above the out of the what you call those ball things they put in the sea, baits or something like that.
I'm not sure.
But basically, if you go over that, you get insta-killed by a giant version of one of those fish, which are the coppers from Sonic 1.
Nom 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 nom.
And even if you use the boost, it's right up your tail and it gets you. And they actually brought this, and they bring this concept of underwater back for Seaside Hill, but only in Pacific areas.
Don't stop. There we are.
You know, realistically, if I used the boost, do you think I would fly upwards as well? Considering if you went, because again, it's proven by physics that if you run really fast, you can stay above the surface of the water.
Just like the Flash.
Or Dash. How about that for a racing game? They pull off all the fastest characters in all sorts of media. Let's say your starring characters are Flash, Quicksilver, Sonic, Dash, Roadrunner, and then unlockable characters will be like Reverse Flash, Shadow, and Speedy Gonzales. All the speedsters you can think of. And that's it. Now for a 3D section.
3D.
Jump over this because it's a bottomless pit.
Oh. Grab means.
Yep, from Sonic 1. Now this bit is going to be split into two, so I'm going to take one path, but then I'm going to go back and take the main path, which you should use because it gives you a shit ton of goodies.
Yeah, we have to fight El Gigante on the right. Oh wait, right. Wrong game.
Yeah, if you hit certain enemies in a row, you get a slam bonus with a bowling sound effect. Now you can go that way, but I'm going to choose this path because it gives you more goodies. Over!
So slow.
But with the Lightspeed Dash, I mean, look at this right here. Whee!
So many rings.
I would have got 2 extra lives if they... Well, actually, this is one of the few games where collecting the 100 rings doesn't give you an extra life. You have to find the life separately. Look at that background. I wish we can go there.
How much of a level have you just skipped with that?
Not real actually, because that entire section is a bottomless pit. Right, this bit right here, there's going to be 2 pathways. You want to aim right here, put your left stick up so you can skip it and get yourself a red ring. Now, remember what I said about the homing attack problem where the reticle has to be on screen before you can do the attack? This is where it becomes apparent.
Yeah, Forces does this as well, and it's very annoying.
What that waterfall does is just shoots you up into the air. Like shit like that. I hate it when it's... Unfortunately, this is one of those Sonic games where if you get hit, you lose all of your rings.
Yeah, they changed that in Forces if you play on normal.
But in normal, well, I would say easy. Unagi!
Oh.
Unagi, what are you doing here?
What, Mario 64?
Yeah.
That was like the scariest thing in that game.
Yeah. Oh, wait till you see how they made him look in Super Mario Odyssey. Yeah, they brought him back.
Oh god. Does he look even worse?
Yes, he does.
What was that? You just hit.
That was a shark robot. They call, and get this, it's called Jaws.
So original.
They were introduced in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Yes, I'm gonna call it Sonic 3 and Knuckles because they were meant to be one game, and I refuse it to accept it as two separate games. Hey, another S rank. Pop goes perfection.
That's it. If it were perfection, you'd S rank every stage, all red rings.
Oh, quiet you. On to the boss of Aquarium Park. Now, instead of Captain Jelly, it's now Admiral Jelly. Where the first part is similar, but get this, the entire boss fight is underwater.
Oh.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, try the newest dining experience here at Eggman's incredible interstellar amusement park, the bucket of sushi. Now with fish.
Fish,
Ugh.
fish.
Yeah, I can't eat fish.
Hey, did somebody here order a clobbering?
No, we ordered some copy paste though.
Are you sure? It says somebody ordered an extra large clobbering topped with everything.
Are we getting all McDonald's now?
Okay, tell you what, I can't take this thing back, so I'll give you an extra large clobbering for nothing. Hope you're hungry.
Why isn't Sonic working at McDonald's? He'd sell a lot of food.
Now imagine Shadow. I am Shadow, the ultimate fry cook in this McDonald's restaurant.
This is who I am.
Right, this bit is actually, they pull off a Mario where these missiles, they're constantly homing. They're like the, what do you call them, the torpedo Teds in Mario? The bullet bills that track you. Except the white ones, the white ones contain the wisps. You wanted them to follow into this cage and activate the switch, but these pillars are slowly going up. Keep in mind that this entire boss fight is underwater, so you need to keep an eye on those air bubbles. But its functions exactly the same like the Sweet Mountain boss, where I don't know what caused it. I don't know, is the ship running on Barry or something like that? But the problem is when the Admiral comes up, he likes to swim really fast all over this big entire place, and yet even with the drill wisp, you need to really catch him up really fast.
Yeah, I see.
You can speed up the drill by holding down the B button, but it drains the bar faster.
It's like that one enemy in Spyro the Dragon who's stolen the eggs and he's just running around and he's going, yeah, 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 yeah.
So this is very much, again, it's a slowed down version of the previous boss from Sweet Mountain. It's the black, again, the black missiles do nothing, it's the white ones you want to explode where they'll give you either rings or a wisp. The wisp does double the damage to the bosses.
It's randomized whether or not it gives you a wisp.
Yeah.
That must be a speed
Well,
run.
no, actually, not really. It's when you get to the second half of the section, it's guaranteed to give you a wisp, but the first one usually gives you rings. So it's not really random.
Emergency! Emergency!
We're sinking, but we're already underwater. Shut up.
We're blowing up our own stuff with our own missiles because we're too stupid to actually know what we're doing.
And the way that this Admiral's designed, it's like his bottom half is like a fishtail, but he's wearing a sailor's outfit. See what I mean? Look. Oh, get back here.
Nope, now you gotta do it all over again.
Yep. Or he can do that, comes down, and I'll stomp him 3 times, and that's it. Oh, where's the daisies above his head? You like that Tom and Jerry shit?
Admiral is confused. It hurt itself in its confusion.
Again, only he blows up, not the ship.
Even though we've destroyed everything on the ship.
Pop goes perfection!
Trigger happy.
Where am I?
Get the life! Oh.
Because I'm underwater. Generator 4.
The generator is losing power.
That's generator 4 out because there's 5 in total, so we've got 1 more to do.
Well, I'm totally pleased. And a little nauseous. I grabbed a bite at the bucket of sushi.
What's the verdict?
His cruelty knows no bounds.
Right, as we've heard about the verdict, we'll see you in the next part, folks.